Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Summer Co-op Tournament. My name is Lord Fizzlebeef. Joined with me in the booth is Danny. How's it going, Danny?
It's going pretty darn well. I can't complain too much. Really excited about this race. The game one was something to be lived up to, so excited to see how this one goes.
Now, for those not in the know, Game 1 came down to a matter of seconds and came down to Greg Lee landing a Brack through set RNG on Chaos. Statistically speaking, it was bound to happen. The legend has been fulfilled. I have no words for it. Maybe they'll try it game 2. Maybe they probably won't try it game 2. We're going to find out. We've got today... Let's just go over the basics real quick. We got Force Thief, Forced White Mage, some very interesting blursings on offer. We got... get to my note. Okay, we got the Force Thief with the Wood Armor bonus. That could be a perfect evasion thief out of the box. Also, it's got elemental magic, whatever, who cares. We've got the Black Mage with Elemental Plus Magic. Starts with Ice 3, Lightning 3, Fire 3 out of the gate, and 20 Strength, who cares. We got the White Mage. Starts with Equip Shields to give it durability, and 800 gold, who cares. A Red Mage, which I believe was taken by someone, gets free fast and promo fighter armor. Hooray! What do you think of some of these parties, Danny?
I'm looking at Dingwoos and how that looks squishy.
I think that looks perfectly good. I also think you've yelled at me for that party before.
I mean, I'm sure it can work occasionally, but hasn't in the practice that we were in with it. Nope, sure didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure it was user error. We're gonna get started.
Possible, but unlikely. Look at that party.
Momentarily. Any second now. The runners are going to be off. For those unfamiliar, the co-op flag set, we got Entrance Floor Shuffle, and also we've got, we got Entrance Floor Shuffle, we got Canaries in the mix.
Start.
We have Unsafe Start.
We're going in here, and we have no clue. There's no Canary. We're not getting early magic. We're just going to walk into these two locations and be like, what's here? Because we don't know.
Oh, I think that was a false start.
Nope, he just wasn't on the overworld yet.
There we go.
Now we're going. Oh, wow, that's actually fairly synced. You might not even have to sync it. Also, we start with some basic gear and weapons. As you can see, we've got some copper bracelets, we've got chain armor, we've got some party jiggling. I didn't see what we got for weapons, but we got a decent little bit of armor there. We've got, oh boy, that's unpleasant. We've got C-Split and Canaria Castle, which, I mean, you could be an hour into the game with all the magic in the world and I'd be happy to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got, I believe it was a marsh floor.
So, as we can see from some of our menuing going on, everybody starts with gear. The starter pack gear bonus is designed around the idea that you have a fighter, and then you have, like, a thief or a red mage or something, and then you have, like, 2 dedicated casters, white mages, black mages, etc. If you don't have those, you're going to have some holes in your gear, but it does its best to cover the basics. And with the absence of Canaria, starting gear is a very, very welcome balance change.
This flag set is one of the few times where you're going to open your menu and you're going to see copper bracelets and you're going to be like, heck yeah!
Mm-hmm. So we've got marsh floors out of Canaria Town, and it looks like we've abandoned whatever Canaria Castle was out of the gate. Greggly Puff just sprinting for Lefane, and finds a Cardia Treasury. Unfortunately, looks like we sprinted past Provoca to get there, because that seems to be at, I believe, Matoya. Nothing fancy at this Cardia Treasury. But we did get some experience, and that will help with early levels. Meanwhile, Sorbius taking on the pirates. What are we going to get for our pirate prize? We got an Oxio. Because this is full entrance floor shuffle, the rules on what we need are a little different. We do need the loot. We do need the key. And we almost certainly need ship, canal, and floater, and canoe. After that, the requirements get a little more kind of ethereal. The items that traditionally get us into places might not be necessary because we just need to find the 4 fiends wherever they are. We might never need the Oxio. We might need it immediately. Co-op is a wild beast.
Also, because one of the flags we are on is Chime Lock. You could get that and still be not even need. Hold on, I'm buffering. So basically, Chime no longer blocks Mirage. I mean, it can, but it's unlikely. It is now shuffled, so you can get your Chime Lock and not know where that's going to block you from. So really, key items are kind of like, hey, great if we got them. Who knows if we'll need them?
Let's talk incentives real quick. We have incentive boxes at random locations in Ordeals and Marsh and Sea and Sky. We also have all the regular NPCs are incentivized. We also have the Canaria Treasury is incentivized. Now, we've got some loose out there, and none of the loose will be in any of the incentivized dungeons. And both runners simultaneously getting the cube out of Sarda, but this entire long story to tell you all that canal that Dengwu picked up in Volcano was the first loose that we've seen of the 3 that we're expecting to find. So as our runners fan out, we're going to be seeing some more of the flags. For instance, we do have some unrunnables. We also have horizontally flipped floors. No vertical flips, no swap stairs. We pulled back just a little bit on that. It's just horizontal flips. It's fine. We also
vertical
have deep
flips
towns.
are evil, and you'll never convince me otherwise. Oh.
Yes, Scarcerer just found our second loose, the loot, on another one of the volcano floors. So fast loot's always good. Fast loot gives us hope.
Fast loot means we're not looking for it later in the game, and sad when we can't find it.
So we have several approaches to parties right now. We have several Fighter Thief White Black. We have Deng, the absolute mad lad hero, with Thief Double Black White, and I believe Scarcer is also running Fighter Thief White Black. Which of these parties do you like?
I'm almost always going to take a party that has a fighter in it, and not just because my fighter sprite's real good. I just feel better going into a dungeon with someone who's gonna be a bit chunkier than a thief's gonna be.
And there's Scarcer opening the Marsh incentive from the vanilla box. It's the ship. Yeah, I look at Deng's party and I think, my man. That's the spirit right there.
It's brave. I like with this. Oh, and it would have pained me horribly, but like I like a fighter thief because I like the option of double melee, or you get something on one that and not on the other. Like you have 2 options of things that can hit things later in the game, and it works for a while. So I'd probably be running Fighter Thief White Black right now and making a little sad face about it. I don't typically take a white mage, it's fine.
Thief Double Black White, all gas, no brakes, let's go! So, an interesting example of teamwork from Teamwork is for Dummies that we saw. Greg has encountered Provoca and has got level 2 nuke, and almost immediately Deng kind of turned around and said, "Oh no, I want that. Give me that. I want to take that." Also, in this Provoca, there's something I want to point out. Now, we're going to be searching for things for this white mage to do. And at level 2, we have a rather spicy combination in Exfer and Mute.
Oh.
I can't help but wonder if we might see some mileage out of Mute strats this seed. If we run out of things for the white mage to do, which is a very short list.
If Greg Exfer mutes Chaos to make him stop yelling at him, I'm gonna lose it on comms.
Many of our runners have also bumped into Carry at the Temple of Fiends location, but no one has been brave enough to take on Carry. Well, that's because of the scaling. We have the traditional co-op scaling of they're big. We have 100 to 200% stats, and we've got 250 as the lowest amount of health, up to 350% health. Everything is enormous, so the reason we're not fighting that Carry is because it has, like, an absolute minimum of 1500 health. And we ain't getting through that with a couple of Fire 2s.
We might get through this Lich with a couple of new casters, though. Depending on what he's got.
I mean, it's Lich. Like, anything will kill a Lich.
You say that. But, like, at this scaling, he's a little harder to get down. It hurts us to admit that.
His joke melee can almost kill a level 7 character. While he stands there and you just nuke him to death.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd have went after him with nuke too.
Oh, I was incorrect earlier about Gregory's party. That there is Thief Rainbow. Which,
yep.
I don't hate Thief Rainbow, but, like, it doesn't carry the picante spice that is Thief White Double Black.
Uh-huh.
So, meanwhile, Scarcer finds Melmond. I believe this is the first time we've seen Melmond on camera. What do we got? Oh, promo locked Quad X is a bummer, but we can have Ice 3. Ice 3 works.
Yeah, Melmond was in the left side of the C-split.
Mm-hmm. Cure 3, Heal 3 out of White Magic. The Red Mage can have Heal 3 after promotion, should we find ourselves carrying enough. So, what have we found so far? We're 10 minutes in. Let's try and catalog what we found. We found 2 loose. We've got the 2 loose in Volcano so far. Was the loot and something else. Canal, that's what it was.
Yeah, Bicky was the Oxia.
Bicky was the Oxia, that's right. We've also got the Marsh incentive located. It was the ship. And we've got the Sea incentive located. It was a bottle. So we're just looking for 1 more loose and a Sky incentive. And then we're kind of just following Fetch at that point. Oh, and Ordeals. Ordeals is out there somewhere too, but yeah,
we'll find it eventually.
Mm-hmm. We also have spotted the vendor item at Crescent Lake in the item shop. There's TNT for 20 grand. I do not believe any team has picked it up yet because we saw it so early that we just don't have the cash or the vendorables to even consider it. But eventually, we'll probably go back for it. We've also not seen Dwarf Cave, so it's kind of low on our priority list at the moment.
Also, a thing I don't think we've mentioned yet is you'll notice that we're not being as cautious as where we walk in some of these rooms as we normally are, and that's because spike tiles are not on.
Yes.
We kind of figured when designing this plaque set, if we're not going to give you a safe start, you're not going to have at least something to go into fights with, that we'd be a little kind. And we turn off the spike tiles, so you can walk on the in these rooms where normally you would be forced into a fight without having to worry about getting bounced out on your butt.
Mm-hmm. Now we just saw Scarcerer load up on cloth armor for everybody in all slots. Why, pray tell, would he be the biggest aficionado of cloth armor? Well, it's because we've got marked boxes that have monsters in those boxes. Any marked box will have rare quality gear in it. Could be a wear sword, could be a katana, could be a ribbon. Not all of the rare gear is in those boxes, but everything in those boxes is rare gear, and all of them will be guarded by encounters. So if you load your inventory up on garbage items, you'll see what the reward will be for the fight before you even consider whether or not you're going to fight it. If you're concerned about taking too many box encounters, that's the play to go for. Personally, I'm a fan of just opening every box and just soaking experience, but I do definitely see the smarts and the strategy in only taking the fights as necessary, and then waiting for later when you have just way better encounters in like Topher or something and getting your levels there.
It does help out specifically in this spike set, because like I said, there's you don't have the spike tiles because you may not have magic or any way to get through it. That also means you may not have a way to get through any of these boxes, and who knows what's in them. So if you have your inventory full, like, it lets you know, hey, this is a thing I can come back to later.
Yes.
And I, unlike you, who just like give me all the experience, I don't fill up my inventory and check the boxes because I'm lazy. We're just winging it.
Welcome.
Also, quick.
Oh,
hello. I was going to say hello, Raiders, and welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer Co-op, where we make everything wonky. I think that might be the best way to describe it.
Yeah, everything's harder, but there's two of you, so it's fine.
You don't suffer alone.
So, Deng is back here at the C-split. Probably going to try to dig this out a little bit. Finds the bottle that has been sitting there this entire time. However, not the biggest problem for them, because I do not believe... Well, I say we haven't found Gaia, but Sorbius has literally just now found Gaia.
Well, there you go.
Well, it's this bottle. It's a chime. So, back to prior problem. I don't know that we found the chime lock.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to say no. And hope I'm not wrong.
I mean, if they beeline a location, we'll have our answer. So Deng is now on the floor that had the loot on it. Right now, for progression, it seems like Elden Lords is missing the canal, and Teamwork is for Dummies is missing the ship. So they both need something that the other has found. And the ship was the marsh item. Wherever marsh bottom is at the vanilla location, and there's no tiles in the way. It is easy. The canal is a little bit of a problem. It's on the carry floor, which is usually kind of a skip thing, and it's over in the red D chest. Deng continuing to clear the Agama floor. Sorbius looks to be entertaining a stationary grind on Mirage 1. Not the worst place in the world to take a grind if we've got the magic to make it through these encounters. We're getting trolled a little by the encounter table, which is always awkward. But based on
the one time you get big sad when you see a hero run.
We reset out of Nightmare Badmen. That was probably something we didn't want. We're looking at Saber T Catmen. That's fine. It's not awful. We have a single nuke caster. That's probably enough for this fight. We're going to Fog 2 because the incoming melee is going to be rough. It's very rare to see Fog 2 cast in a trash encounter. At the co-op scaling, it makes sense. Nuke and Fire 2 go out, and there we go. And Dengwu finds the trombone.
He also found a katana plus 2. I believe it was 2. So him and Gregory are going to be real happy when they find that tail.
Mm-hmm. That's the endgame weapon right there. Oh, and a Gurmedusa fight. Ooh. So.
Whoa.
So Sorbius continuing the stationary grind as Scarcer going through some more boxes. Still, at this point, they're looking for the canal, but we might find the Sky incentive while we're up here. We've already cleared Sky 1. We are now clearing Sky 2 and Mirage 1. Decent chance the incentive is among them.
I want to say that we've seen between all 4 players most of these, if not all these boxes checked, and we haven't seen it yet, so...
Well.
Yeah, Sorbius getting a bunch of levels while Scar is doing what I like to call being Dora on the team, just doing all the exploring.
Uh-huh.
I feel more often than not, I'm kind of end up that person, and you just end up in the deepest dungeon stuck for like half the race.
That's true. That's usually what happens. I find the double split, and it's just like, ugh.
It's fine. I just throw on a backpack and get the booking.
So Deng locates Melmond, gets the bad news about the promo-locked Quad-X. Worth noting in this flag set, Quad-X is all power words are set to 600 instead of 300, which is very, very handy for these absolutely monstrous fiends that we're going to be fighting later.
I've always liked that spell, and with it set to 600, it's beautiful. I love it so much.
Meanwhile, we've got our first script sighting. Two script sightings. We've got Nightmares with poison damage, and we have the Evilman with crack. Now I understand why we reset out of the Nightmare Badman fight, because we probably saw poison damage earlier and I missed it.
Because it was a nightmare.
Oh, that's bad.
But shh. I'm just waiting on someone to jump in the booth. Alright, we're replacing both of you. Enough of this.
Yeah, you're both fired.
You
This
put
is a
those
Vicky.
poor viewers through enough.
This is a Vicky cast now. Enjoy. So Deng back in the C-splits. Gregley is headed back to what I assume to be Provoca to reinflate some party members. Sorbius continuing the grind seems to have reset. Sorbius is on the move, headed elsewhere. Scarcer still working on clearing stuff. Need to backtrack and find that canal. Oh, we found Titans over at Northwest Castle. Not that we can do anything with that, because we're still missing a ruby. Oh, no, sorry. That wasn't at Northwest Castle. Maybe that was at Marsh? We found a Lich.
Yeah, Northwest is Lich.
We found a Lich, and, well, we're awake and breathing, so let's take a Lich fight. Let's not take a Lich fight. I guess we have concerns. 3 nuke casts will get you there, though. Just assume Lich will do nothing, and Lich will never let you down. Starting to see... Sorbius picked up the TNT from Crescent Lake. This is the first team member that we've seen do that. But again, we don't have dwarves yet, so it's not a significant moment, but it's still a notable piece of data, as Dang once again is trying this C-split and having a real rough time of it. While Gregley is sort of double backing, I think, to what they've been to earlier. Both teams spinning their tires a little bit as they search for the missing piece that the other has located.
Yeah, now both teams have that vendor. And like you said, can't really do much with it now. However, once you get out of the inner sea and you start exploring all the world, you're gonna want to have that, because you're not gonna want to be like, oh man, we found Dwarf Cave and we left without. Now we have to go back and get it. So yeah, it's smart. As soon as both teams had the money, they went back and got it. Smart play on both.
Worth noting that the Pro Rings are for sale over in this Crescent Lake location, and it looks like Gregley is going to load up on those. Death resistance is very important when Quad X is 600. Almost nobody is leveling at a range of that.
No.
Meanwhile,
that's where Gaia was.
Where was it?
I believe that is the Dwarf Cave location.
Oh, interesting. Maybe that was.
I've been trying. Oh no, I think they've been going in there. That's where the Mirage 1 floor was, and it led down.
Gotcha.
A few floors. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been trying to take notes on all the different entrances, at least the ones we need to remember. That and clicking buttons and doing comms, it's hard. So my notes ain't great.
Difficult.
Just not great.
Scarsor taking another crack at Lich, but doesn't quite make it. Gonna try again? We have set RNG. We know what Lich is going to do. And that is why we're going to withdraw, because no matter how that shakes out, is just not gonna work for us. So, yeah. Scarsor headed elsewhere. Right now, Teamwork is for Dummies is an orb up on Elden Lords, but it's Lich. You get that in like 3.5 seconds. So
they're also about to find their boat that they've been looking for.
Ooh, yes. While Scarsor is headed north, are we taking a trip to Temple of Fiends, mayhaps? Because that's what they're looking for. Nope, back into the Heck dungeon that is Canaria Castle. And they get there. It's the ship! Kraken dang, you can leave the inner sea.
Burrito! Got that already, but they missed the canal on that floor. They had to have. I don't remember what box is in, but I know it's one of them.
Which one?
I'm pretty sure. Oh,
no,
it's the canal. It's important.
Red D chest.
Oh yeah, it's on the carry. Oh yeah, okay. I knew it was a volcano floor. I just didn't remember which volcano.
Also, when there are complaints later about the loose item placement, this one will be your fault and not mine.
I know. Direct all future complaints about seed, item placement, magic, fiends, etc. to me. We're out. Dangwoo's making a run for it.
Yeah, we're on a boat. We were on a boat. We're on a boat again. We were on a boat. Third time's the charm.
The real question is, each and every time he was on it and then off it, did he have to switch in and out of his swim trunks and his flippy flops? That's a lot of wardrobe changes in the matter of that short period of time. I'm just saying. Ah, there we go. Dangwoo resetting out of his boat trip to go get, well, essentially for the sake of boating, life preservers.
Yeah, really.
Pro rings are now floaters. Not the air floaters, but floaties. There we go. Pro rings are now floaties.
Scarcer and Sorbius still working on solving the mystery. Kind of checking over each other's work. Eventually, we will be taken back to the Kraken floor. I am sending brainwaves through the universe at them. Open the stupid carry boxes.
Yeah, that feels bad.
I think Scarcer is going to take another crack at Lich. Do we have any tools that we did not have last time?
Not that I'm aware of.
We're using an item. I did not see what it was.
Oh, I saw fire 2 on our thief. Uh-oh.
That's fine. We don't need that one.
New? I'm not sure. I think we're just...
No, we're just swinging away.
Fire 2 swinging and nuking.
Nope, we decided... Yeah, we're done with that. Nope, we're gonna house. There we go. Meanwhile, Dangwu just hates the Earth continent and decides, you know what's best in life? Guardia double top. Maybe. After we burn some encounters. Gonna patrol the edges of Cardia double bottom.
That's an awkward place to burn off encounters.
We're gonna take some notes.
Known to flip on banana peels. He's all just fall in one and not even need to.
We burn 1, we burn 2, we burn 3, and in we go. Okay, that's what our encounter table looks like. Nope, that's not how you do that. Meanwhile, Scarcer, we're gonna try this. Lich thing again. Once, big ol' open hand slap to the white mage, and we reset. Meanwhile, Gregly finds Gaia, picks up the chime. Deng found Northwest Castle. There may have been a little bit of confusion on whether we found the chime or the crown.
He might have just been waiting to see what it was before we setting out, because sometimes it's really amazing, beautiful things happen when you'll just be in a location and your co-op partner gets an item that needs turned in, and you just happen to be at that same place at the same time. It's like the best feeling.
It makes you feel like the biggest brain super gamer. It's the best feeling you get playing this randomizer. Welcome to the Raiders from Final Fantasy Randomizer. We're 30 minutes in. Teamwork is for Dummies is up in orb, but it's Lich, so who cares? Right now, Elden Lords is up. Elden Lords is looking for the canal. It's on the carry floor. They'll get there eventually, as Greg and Dang are exploring the Outer Sea.
We spent a decent little time there. One team having a canal and can't find their boat. One team had a boat and couldn't find their canal.
We're still missing one loose. And also the Sky Incentive. And also ordeals and fetch, blah 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 blah. Ooh, we found a ribbon, but it was not the fancy ribbon.
It did come with a jingle.
Yeah. Question chat, will the scaling for enemies and bosses go up each round this season? No, we have a static flag set, but rather than it kind of increasing every round, we just started it high and just left it there. We've got enemies at 100 to 200, and I'm going to double check the math on this. I believe bosses is... Oh, sorry. Yeah, boss health is 200 to 350. But their stats are capped. Their stats are just set to 200%. So we have...
They chunky.
Yeah, they're big bosses. Question in chat. Brack shirt? Why'd Scar leave that? It's a good question. Brack is... I mean, this is really good. It'll be great if we find Tia or Kraken, but if we are afraid of boxes, which I think we are at this point in the game, it's a real question of is it or is it not worth it? So Dang, attempting to walk out something that we found on this floor.
I'm not sure if he found something or just with the fights he took. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the ribbon.
Gregory found a soda.
Oh, and Gregory finds the rod.
See, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Dang, not far.
One of the worst feelings is finding the item you or your partner would have needed like 5 seconds after they could have used it. Anyway, we found Lefane.
Get a good amount of exercise walking back in.
And Lefane's got a superstore. What kind of crazy stuff we got? Oh,
okay, that's a really good for that. Yeah, that white magic is ruse, spade, and exit for your white mage. That'll make you feel a little less bad about taking one. Oh, they're gonna get the box. They're finally gonna get the box.
I think they're gonna get the box. They checked the shared box, so like we don't need that one. This is the other one. It's on the other side of the floor. It's got candles around it.
Aw, it's like in a romantic box.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to take the canal out for dinner. What? I don't know. While we're looking at magic, I noticed level 7 Invis 2 and Life 2. Well.
Question in chat. Any big swords found? Katana or Vorpal? We have found a katana +2.
Yes, was found very early. I believe both teams have encountered it.
I know Deng and Greg both have it. It was on the Earth 1 floor, I believe. It was in the Inner Sea, so. And I'm pretty sure all the boxes have been checked, especially when they were looking for that canal. So I think both teams. I feel confident in saying everyone has a katana.
So Elden Lords have the canal. They're immediately leaving the Inner Sea. Sorbius is going to check the Earth continent as Scarcer heads south. Gregory has found Ordeals, slowly making the way through Ordeals. Chat calling for a Pillar 4 question mark, which I think means that the other 3 pillars have not done the thing. We're going for Pillar 4. This is not a drill. Now here, Sorbius found the rod right as Scarcer got to the rod lock. So let's see what Greg and Deng missed out on.
I think Deng is headed back in there now.
Let's see what Greg and Deng are going to be slightly late getting to.
So one team got the good feels, the other team got the bad feels. Yes, Titans East was Oakland Castle. I'm gonna make a little note of that because I missed it earlier. Oh, what's past the rod lock?
Stairs.
More
stairs.
This is the long hallway.
This is stairs with effort.
The worst kind.
Even more stairs. Not dang, I want to say that's not how you do that. But also this floor confuses me. I mean, this is how you do it. I knew it all along. Here's Matoya. That's what we're talking about. Not any of the things I said previously.
Oh no, Greg's party's getting stung. That feels bad. Oh no, what's even worse for Deng and Greg? They did the rod lock floor without the rod. They did the rod lock floor with the rod. And they get the crystal. They're gonna have to come back. Third time's the charm.
Looks like Crown was found in Ordeals.
We saw northwest somewhere. Ooh, yes. Double top.
Double top, yes.
this is why I let you talk more than me, because one, you're better at it than I am, and two, it lets me note things that I would have completely forgotten. Oh, and it's a slab.
Alright,
Well, we've
so...
seen Melmond and Lefang, so we can do
Yes.
slab turning.
Yep, it's very annoying. In the full entrance floor shuffle, slab turn-in is a journey, but it's almost always worth it. As Gregory heads back into the inner sea, probably hot on the trail of Melmond, as Deng is now heading over to Onrak, which is where Lefane is. Teamwork is not at all for dummies. Maps might be, as we kind of forgot where Melmond is. Where's Melmond? Is it over here?
It
There we go. We
is-
got it. We found it. Simultaneous translation and turn-in. This is powerful co-op.
It's like these two have done it before.
I mean, near simultaneous. We gotta do some magic shopping first, but, like, we're in both places. Like, it counts. We count it.
He was just biding time till he got it.
And we get the herb, and we know what to do with that.
We sure do.
Meanwhile, over on the Elden Lord's side, I believe both players have gone to get this fancy ribbon in the Room Before Vampire.
We just found our third loose.
We did.
Crystalline Ice Cave.
Ooh. Okay. So there's all three of our loose. Where was Ice Cave?
Oh. I didn't catch it, but just left Rodlock, which leads to Matoya, and got the crystal.
A+.
Oh, this seed, I'm telling you, man.
Powerful co-op. Alright, what does this herb turn into? Because like a 50-50 shot this is floater at this point. Well,
I
there's
think
canoe.
that's Drop Canoe.
That's right. We were still missing canoe. Ho ho.
Yep.
So, we got canoe locations unlocked. So we got our waterfall, we got our volcano, we got our ice, we got our ordeals. In one of those four is going to be either the floater or ingredients leading there too. Comment in chat, at least Scar and Sorbius only went to Rodlock once before? Yes, that is true. I mean, they were both there, but they were both fishing out the ribbon, which is, like, you make time for that.
You don't always see a location have to be checked out many times, and in one race we've seen it checked now. Or will I've seen it checked altogether 5 times.
Yep. This is perfect room. Best room. Ooh, we got silver +5 bracelets out of what I believe to be a Elfland location. If I don't want to hunt down gold bracelets, yeah, I'll take silver +5s. That's good enough.
We saw gold bracelets. I don't remember exactly which time. We saw them 20,000 K around, and they were just vanilla. So I will take that 1,500 silver +5 bracelet all day, every day.
Fun fact of the day: a silver +5 is actually more absorb than a gold vanilla. By 1. But it's also, like, ridiculously cheaper. Oop. All rise, this broadcast has been blessed by the blue stake.
We're gonna pretend I did.
Sure. It's the thought that counts. So, Elden Lords still progressing. About to do this here crystal turn-in, which Teamwork is for Dummies have not done. I say about. We have several floors of stairs to get through.
I don't know if they have levels for exit, but I know they got it in Lefane a minute ago. Boy, wouldn't that be nice?
Mm-hmm.
Although at this rate, there's nothing we don't already have there. I'm waiting on my partner to get whatever is from Matoya, and I'm slamming reset.
Yep.
I ain't walking out of there.
Chat has noticed that Gregley over in the Inner Sea River system has found an Invis 2 sword somewhere. I would arguably also make time for that, depending on how worried I am about damage output.
I'm going to get it, but I'm not going to get it until I'm in the air.
Mm-hmm.
You'll also notice we're going to see people checking a lot less boxes now that we know where all our loose is.
Mm-hmm. Well, Teamwork is for Dummies still have not located the last loose.
Yes. At least I don't think they did. I could have sworn I saw one in ISO. But if they would have found it, I'm sure they would have went to turn it in? Question mark.
And the crystal turned into our incentive ribbon. Is it progression? No. Are we gonna watch both people go get it? Almost certainly yes.
Oh, that feels even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is the tallest place. Sky incentive floater.
Okay, so we got our sky incentive. We don't have a heck of a lot left to track down. We need to find Waterfall to talk to the robot. And that might be what kicks off the chain or whatever for Key. Oh, we've also not found Canaria Castle. So we are still missing an okay number of stuffs.
Yeah, we still have yet to find our tail, our adamant, our ruby. Also, we have not seen the Roostic or the Bonk, which our power bonk were both incentive items. So we've got some good stuff we still want to find.
And speaking of good stuff, that was an Opal +5 bracelet right next to the floater.
Ooh, fancy.
So Greg finds mermaids, but we've got our sea incentive, so the best we're hoping for out of here is potentially our final ribbon. Oh, meanwhile, Elden Lords, they get the slab, but I believe there's going to be some a little bit of Lupa action. Nope, we're just going to stand there and hold hands with Sir Lupa of the Lupa people, while Scarcerer hits the gas and floors it in the speedboat, headed back to Melmond, so we can do a translady talkie-talkie.
Yeah, because right now, poor Sorbius has no clue what the Lupa. He has no clue what they're saying. He's just waiting to get Rosetta stoned. And then next thing you know, they can have a nice little conversation about how the day's going, how the weather's been.
So in the air, Gregley hit up the Sarda and Titans West locations first. Right now, the quest that we're on is for number 1, the key, which Dengwu might have just bumped into in this here waterfall. We are also looking for Tia, and we are also looking for Kraken, and we're also looking for Topher. We haven't found that yet either. Well, there's the key out of the king, so that's helpful.
Yeah, because we can now do our key lock check there.
Mm-hmm. Comment in chat, oh, this is full floor shuffle. Like, towns can be deep. Indeed, they can. The only thing that is guaranteed to be top level is Topher. We do not have deep Topher on. And Teamwork is for Dummies also picking up the Adamant, so we've got the Adamant and the TNT but we've not found dwarves yet. Meanwhile, Elden Lords headed back over in this general direction. They're anticipating an imminent canoe as Scarcer heads back for Earth Cave. I believe they have... I think they did the translation, didn't they? Did they not?
Yes. Oh, shoot.
Which that would have been the herb.
Yeah.
And now, Sorbius is holding near the waterfall as Scarcer attempts to locate Elf Castle.
It's there. I think he just got it. Yeah, it's past the cube block here.
Okay.
I think there was just an oopsie and he went to Earth.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
It's fine. We're a team too. I looked over and I saw a word that started with V. Thank you to Thavian Hawk in chat. That was a Vorpal +4. Not quite as fun and awesome as the Katana +2, but it's comparable.
I mean, we have tail. I will slap that on a knight all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a lot of tension in the community about what's the best sword.
Uh-huh.
I am firmly on team whatever sword I have that works. So, if that's what I've got, that's what I'm swinging. I'm gonna make it work.
Yep. I would be rocking Dengu's party, so I would be spoiled for choice, so I would happily just take the katana and just call it good.
I mean, I would have a fighter and a thief, so I'm swinging the katana and a bolt.
Maza, yeah. If the Maza rolls high enough, I will substitute it over the katana, but, like, I don't know. We're
not finding one of those yet.
Oh, an Invis 2 stick. So there are 2 Invis 2 caster items in this game.
Also, Tia in a waterfall.
Ooh. Can we do anything about that? Looks like not.
Ooh.
Scarcer momentarily paused, in awe of the Invis 2 sword, possibly getting caught up on notes. Yes, Meridian, this would have been the time to have a Brack shirt, potentially, although set RNG kind of wrinkles that a little.
It just means you gotta go back in within a different slot and try again. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. There's no way it would feel like that takes 4 hours. I'm not speaking from experience.
Nope, that's never once happened. It's new.
So, Deng here to promote. As Gregley, Teamwork is for Dummies, still opening loose boxes by necessity. I don't believe they have found the crystal out of the ice loop as of yet. Elden Lords, still opening loose boxes for greed. They already have all 3 of their loose. Would sure be nice to have that remaining ribbon. I would be a fan of that.
Gregley's so excited about that Invis 2 shirt, he opened it multiple times.
Wait, there was an Invis 2 shirt?
Yep.
Okay, so we have a shirt, we have a staff, and we have a sword. With the white mage, that's party-wide evade cap in 2 turns. And that's potentially with a safety margin of somebody getting, like, just blasted turn 1. We don't even need the white
Elden
mage.
Lord's gonna be real happy because they got their Floda.
Ooh.
At least I believe they did. It was on that
Yes.
floor, and then okay, I see it.
I saw the red text light up. They got it.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to parse what's in that big, long, very full inventory just in the menu. Why just menu faster than a food?
So, Gregley going for Tia as Dengwu goes for Carrie. Looks like the dummies are going to be getting ready for Topher. You know, once we find it, it's somewhere. We gotta try him. We'll bump into it. I don't want to worry about it.
It's like, yeah, they didn't find the crystal, which turned into a ribbon. So they are in like item go mode.
Yeah.
They know there is nothing else. They know they don't need what the loose is. So even though they were opening boxes, I'd say it was just looking for gear or something, unless they didn't realize it. And then maybe they did. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's not a single other box they really need to open.
Yeah. Dengwu going for buffing strats, buffing up this ninja for a turn, and then going in with Fade Nuke Nuke. Power Smash, 6 hits, 269 damage. After some Fade and some Temper, the fact that katana was hitting so weakly would be cause for concern, but that's where Nuke saves the day. We got a Fire Fiend down. As we look at this here, Tia, what do I don't see Brack in our Black Magic spell list. It must have been somewhere inaccessible. Tia also with Silence Touch is a bad time. We don't like it. Oh, the shirt was Invis Singular, which is still fine. Still good. So the Red Mage... Oh, it seems like the Red Mage has it, but unfortunately the Red Mage is muted, which I guess... I guess it's time for the White Mage to do something?
Cure 4, that'll fix it.
Yep. Invis going off, Temper going off, incoming Blizzard takes down the Red Mage before we can cure for it. We're going to try a little bit more melee power. We're going to consider options. We're going to go back for Evasion. Incoming Blaze. The two mages are not going to last long at this level of magical onslaught. We're continuing Invis a little bit. Test melee swing. 4 hits, 201. An okay number, but we have a lot of health to claw through. We're going to try a little bit more Temper strats. Heal 3. We're going to try and keep these mages upright. Tia responds with Thunder. Down goes both mages. This is now Thief versus Tia. And that was a crit for 748. Seems fine. That was 95. Thanks, Thief. Incoming Ink doesn't do anything. This is Swinging versus an endlessly repeating skill list. 4 hits, 515. Tia's still there. We're starting to get a little close. 6 hits, 436. Tia still there. We're under 200 health, but as long as it's nothing but skills, we're fine. 5 hits, 510. We're easily past the 2,000 health threshold. This Tia is still there. 698, down goes Tia. That's 3 orbs now for the dummies. As Elden Lords, now in the air, are hoping to clean up some of their checks. Also, really hoping to get on the board as Dengwu finds the Kraken floor. So Scarcer and Sorbius now going and trying to find all the things that Deng and Greg have found so far. Trying to get a look at levels. I just missed where Sorbius was, but with the rather high amount of scaling, I suspect that the levels will not be terribly good. That was, oh, I missed that one too.
It-
14 across
it
the board
looked-
on Scarcerer.
Yeah, and Sorbius is like 15.
Okay.
And it looked like we didn't have the Katana. No, that feels not right. I'm just gonna assume I missed it because, like, they opened all the boxes looking for that canal.
So Greg going to promote as Deng takes on Kraken. We have mages flanking the non-black mage parts of the party. What are we gonna do? We're thinking real hard. Invis 2 seems fine. Are we confuse hammering? Oh, the size of the brain on this lad. We're gonna try and confuse hammer. Does it stick? Doesn't. We pay for our sins with a black mage. Are we gonna try it again? Invis 2, confuse hammer. Let's try buffing. Never mind, we have lost our confuse hammer caster and part-time melee person, the ninja. Temper does not happen. We're gonna try some more evasion because this seems like a very melee happy Kraken. Let's nuke just to get some damage on the board. It's 115. Incoming melee crits. Are we going to do another... We're going to do some more Invis 2. So, we know melee has gotten through. I am unclear on the number of stacks we're on so far, but there's another smash through the defenses. We're going to try maybe some cure strats, and they make it through. Incoming melee severely dampened by what I believe to be 5 of 6 Invis casts. We're going to try Quad X. We live in hope, but we have not done nearly enough damage to kind of get through this Kraken so far. We're just on Fade and Nuke strats. We're just going to rip through all our Fade and Nuke charges, and hopefully our Black Mage is still going to be around to Quad X at the end of it. Fade and Nuke not really doing what we want them to do right here. We're going to try Quad X again. Fade, can you help us out? 258, it can. Quad X, do we get there? Erased and terminated. That is all 4 fiends for Teamwork is for Dummies.
Meanwhile, you're calling a very good boss fight. Way to go. I'm realizing that the party that most people would call the Thief Oreo party resembled an actual Oreo. Resembled an actual Oreo.
Yes, it did. It was kind of double stuff. There was like a slice of bologna in the middle of it for some reason, but yeah,
it was like one of those Christmas ones that have some red icing in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm noticing in chat it's like, yeah, it's an Oreo with just some extra red flavor.
Everyone loves Red Dye 40.
I'm pretty sure it's in a lot of things I drink. That's probably not good for me, but you know what? It's fine.
Meanwhile, Gregley, doing some last-minute preparation and shopping, picks up the katana from the Heck dungeon, as Scarcerer has returned to Lich. And we're a lot bigger and meaner than we were last time. Open with Fade for 284. The single-hand slap, not as effective as last time. Nuke for 157. Let's try stabbing. 3 hits, 3 damage. Thanks, Ninja. 4 hits, 48. Thanks, Knight. Let's try a little bit more magic. It doesn't matter what spell we cast. Lich is not going to be here much longer. 2 more Fade and Nukes, and Lich is putting up a valiant effort. Let's try some melee. Good golly. Lich is just trying its hardest today. I'm almost slightly impressed. 1 more nuke for 264. Lich still there. What? 4 hits, 201. Alright, there we go. Should probably submit a bug report on that. Lich was alive for like 3 turns. That's three turns of trying. That's not supposed to happen. We'll see if we can get the devs on it. I saw Meridian in chat earlier. See if you can figure it out.
I was gonna say, it's fine. We got a dev channel for things just like this. Let's see if there you go. Meridian in chat. Already on it.
Yeah.
Telling you, we got the best devs there are out there.
Yep.
Don't come at me. I'll fight you. Ours are the best. Also, I didn't notice this before, but I saw Scar get him. The team over here that has the fighters.
Yes.
There was dragon armor and an Aegis shield in Canary Lock.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay, that's easy. Scars are landing at Kraken. Stormy is hanging out outside Cardia Double Bottom. I wonder if this is note-taking or planning a shopping trip or trying to figure out if we remember where Tia was. Potentially continuing clearing if we're unhappy with our gear selection. Nope.
Hey, would you look at that? We found a dwarf cave.
Oh, yes. Saber Gauntlet. Gimme. But
I didn't talk to Hooray.
Oh.
Hey, Sorbus is going. Maybe he'll make us happy.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
You hate to see it. Alright, we got a bonk. I suppose.
That's fine.
Yeah. Universe is a little grayer than it was. Not even
Took
gonna talk
the wind
to
right out of our sails.
Not even gonna talk to the stupid TNT dwarf. He doesn't deserve it. We got a box over here. It's got things in it.
I don't think they turned the TNT in already. And I'm curious if they wouldn't turn that in. It could be the roost stick, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we saw the roost stick.
I don't recall seeing it either. Dang. Once again fighting a blue stake. I wonder if this is off of the power cycle. I wonder if we have nailed down a good way of finding these. We're saving, we're power cycling, we're back.
Like
It's a T-Rex.
Oh.
Alright, that's like a two-step blue stake. Okay, that's a grind tile.
I'm not even sure it's a two-step. It's more like...
It's one or two. It's one of those.
Yeah.
I got 4 itty-bitty little screens on my screen. It's hard to count. Numbers are big. Meanwhile, Sorbius, back on the Onrak continent, headed up to Waterfall. Was that where Tia was? I think so?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yep.
really, they've got the locations of the fiends, we just need to get through them, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, they need to get their fiends down, and they need levels. So we're about to take on Kraken on one side, and then a Kia on the bottom.
Now, Sorbius is going to do a little shopping trip first. We're post-promotion. There might be some magic that we want to load up on. 1 through 4. Oh, no, sorry, we want Life 2. That's what we want. There's one spell that we want, and it's Life 2. And
Look,
level 8 Life.
Am I a big fan of a white mage? No. If I'm going to have to take one, and especially in these flags, I don't care if it's level 8. I'm getting all the life. I'm getting all the heal spells, because Topher in these flags, it ain't easy. The bosses are big. They do a lot of damage. You're gonna be on fumes when it comes to heal pots by the time you get to Chaos. So, like, this is the one time.
Yes.
And I will deny ever saying this.
Yes,
where a white mage isn't horrible. Because it comes with all the life and the heals.
As the other resident white mage hater in this comms booth, yes, if it's forced upon me, I will fully utilize it in this flag set. If it's not forced on me, I will pass, given the opportunity. But if it's stuck in my party and there's nothing I can do about it, no, I will find things for it to do. Like, I will take the safety play here if it's enforced on me.
Like, you're not doing much other than just slinging heal spells and stuff, but, like, we'll make it work.
Yeah. Oh, there's our Roostic. It's from Princess.
There's our ruse.
What the heck does this stupid dwarf have? Oh, must have Ruby. Ruby into nothing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Scarsor not having a great time with Kraken, similarly to how Dangwu did not have a good time with Kraken. We're going to try some more lock spells because melee was a bit of a bummer. This Invis 2 sword is attempting to save this knight from death. We're starting to get some missing melee. We're also out of tempers. We got 2 more nukes. Let's try some melee. 3 hits, 284. Well, that's a number. Nuke goes out for 120. Nope, still out of tempers. Let's try one more nuke. Test swing, 3 hits, 285, nuke. For 151, incoming melee. Alright, we've removed an extra character. Oh, we are still getting through. I don't think we are fully evaded. We are not. Down we go. Yeah, you gotta do all 6 casts of Invis.
That Kraken was rude.
Mm-hmm. And that's a melee-only Kraken. Like, it ain't doing nothing else.
Yeah, if you're not completely like a bait cap, you're just getting beat up.
Meanwhile, Sorbius taking on Tia. We got Invis 2s, we got Ruses going off. We want to make sure we make it through this fight the first time. We're a little worried about melee given what happened over on the Kraken side. Unfortunately, we know that this Tia just loves to just rotate through the skill list. Just Blizzard, Blaze, Thunder, Ink on repeat forever. Let's see if we've got enough power and survivability to make it through this. White Mage flipping over to heal 3, but a little late. Blaze comes out and takes down the White Mage. Uh-oh. We're going to reset. We're going to head back. We're going to try that again as Teamwork is for Dummies in Topher, approaching the first slightly harder than normal trash encounter. Are we doing Quake strats? Thinking about it. We considered it. Greg gets there, turn 1, slot 2, Quake. Bing's gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way, unless we just pivot into it now, which we are. As Greg pulls up to carry 2. What does this carry 2 look like? Let's go. We're gonna go for Ruse. We're gonna go for Invis 2. More Invis 2? More Invis 2. And some more Lock. Lock goes off. We're worried about evasion. Invis 2 goes off. Incoming Lightning 3 does decent damage to first and fourth, but not so much to second and third. More Invis is going off, more Ruse is going off. That Ninja is almost certainly evade capped. Everybody else is doing kind of a little alright. We're going to go with Fast. We're going to go with more Invis. We're using up a lot of those Invis 2 casts. I'm a little worried about Life 2 charges in the stretch, especially when things like that happen, where Kairi just walks up and just tears your Red Mage to shreds. Are we going to pivot? No, we're going to cast our Lone Saber charge. We might get more as we level further in here. Not entirely sure. Wall sticks to the Ninja. Incoming melee does not take down the White Mage, but does a decent chunk of damage. Are we going for heals? Heal 3, heal 3, cure 4, Invis 2. Let's do a little bit more temper damage. Incoming melee takes down the White Mage. Gregglypuff is down to no white magic casters, decides to reset. Dang takes over as the fact finder for Teamwork is for Dummies. Meanwhile, over on the Elden Lord side, we're still taking shots at this here Kraken. Looks like we did a lot more evasion work because that was an attack that previously detonated, now continues to detonate. I think we're still riding 5 Invis stacks. We'll see what happens later on as we continue just holding A. Oh, there's a lot more misses this time. I think we went the full 6. We get through 2 hits for 410. We got the Water Orb. Now we just need the Fire Orb and the Air Orb. Dang has made it through Kraken 2. Not Kraken 2, Carry 2. We're going to see if any useful information was passed over. As Scarcerer and Sorbius are continuing the hunt for their final 2 orbs. Looks like Sorbius has volunteered to do carry, and Scarcerer is going to have to track down Tia. Meanwhile, in Topher, lots of healing going on, lots of chugging of the heal pots. Dang, on the water floor, are we going to see a Mazaket? Well, we're headed in the path for it.
mean, we have the katana +2, but
Yeah.
you never know what this Mazza might be. And we've seen some very impressive Mazzas come out of this spot so far this storm.
Mazda +5, let's go. Make all our dreams come true. Gregory working on carry. Going with a much more offensive Mazda +4.
Ooh,
just pretty
almost
good.
Mazza +5. It's real good.
That's pretty good.
I think I'm with Dang. Oh no, gave it to the white mage. I mean, it's fine.
It's not. So,
I mean, would be for me. I'd have a fighter.
That's true.
There you go, buddy.
That's true. So, I mean, I wouldn't, but not on Force White Mage Day. Can't make me do it. So, meanwhile, Greg...
Oh, I'm aware.
Still working on Carry 2, losing more and more party members. We're taking advantage of the data we had previously. First and fourth still alive, but that melee is continuing to be very melee. As long as those melee shots continue to the first slot, we're going to be fine. We did one more Invis 2 just for safety as we continue to just chip away. We're trying Saber and Ruse. We're going to continue a defensive pattern against this Carry 2 as Dang is taking on Kraken 2. We're going with lock and evasion strats. We, I believe, might be aiming for white samurai strats with the white mage. Give it a Mazza, cast Ruse a couple times, it'll be good to go.
Yeah, that sounds like a dank woo thing to do.
And Greg reset out again.
This carry fight is being way unpleasant to our Gregory Puff here.
Dang continuing the fight against Kraken. I'm gonna try some more Invis. We're still not 100% committed to the level of evasion we've got. Let's see what we got on melee. 5 hits, 117 is a bad number, and then we get crit through evasion on the first slot. Let's see. What do we got? 7 hits, 919. That is a much better number. Will the Quad X get us there? It does. Dangwoo is through Kraken 2 on the way to Tia 2. Unfortunately, Greg is still struggling with this Carry 2 fight. See if we can get some teamwork is for dummies hashtag trademark going on. And see if Dang can coach Greg through this fight. Meanwhile, Sorbius landing at the desert. Looking for a grind. Will eventually find it if we check the right zone. Tia 2. We got fast, we got ruse. Incoming ink, it's basically a free turn. Temper goes off. We've done one round of buffs. We're going to continue. No, we're going to test swing. We still have some tempers that we can use. The white mage is going to go on Invis 2 duty. Block happens, temper happens. Test swing. 6 hits, 671 is a number. We paid a black mage for that number, but that's fine. We'll just res it after. Everything's okay. We're going to continue tempers. I did not see the number, but it looked like a low number of remaining temper charges on that bottom black wizard. We may be sacrificing some horsepower for chaos to make sure that we make it through Tia 2. We go in Harm 4, we go in Invis 2, we go in the Ice Axe. Ta-da! 37 damage. Thanks, Ice Axe. Let's try melee. 4 hits, 515. That's a number. Quad X, do we get there? No, we don't. We still have at least 600 health left to go on this Tia 2. We're thinking. We're having a thunk. We're just going to go on wait and nuke strats. The white mage needs to conserve what remaining gas it has. Nuke goes off 103. The melee hit did much better. Are we going to try Quad X one more time? We're going to pause. There is likely to be some vigorous communication happening. 6 hits, 926, we're through Tier 2. As Gregley has reset once again. And is going to try and make it through this Tier 2 fight, but might be taking a grind. Nope, we're running.
Greg's gonna start calling me team again, I know it.
As Scarcer has taken down Tier 1. That is all 4 orbs lit for the Elden Lords. They also have the loot and the key. They are capable of entering Topher. However, they do still need to prepare for Topher. As Dengwu steps up to Chaos. We're just going straight in. We don't need to do nothing. Oh, we jiggled the party a little bit. It's fine. Lock 2, what do we got? Wall. We're going to wall the White Mage. We might be running Ribbon Light, so we're going to do some wall strats just in case there is some nonsense. No, sorry, wall on the Ninja. A very ambitious turn 1, but we get away with it. Lock goes off, temper goes off, fast goes off. Incoming Quad X does not land on the Black Mage. Behold the power of Pro Rings. A brief pause, methinks there might be some notes happening as to the order of operations for this chaos. We're going to solidify, and we're going to test swing. 3 hits, 189. The power is not there, but temper will assist. Invis 2 happening. Lock happening. 3 hits off of Fasted Katana of a high 20s ninja definitely suggests the need for lock. We're going to try some more Invis out of that White Mage. Another test swing. 5 hits, 437. We're doing better. Stun lands, incapacitates one of the Black Mages. Invis continuing. We got 2 more tempers on the still operable Black Wizard. We're going to do some Cure 4 on the top slot, just in case. Ooh, Lightning 2 gets there before he does. So we've lost the functional Black Wizard. But that was 7 hits, 1240 damage. That is a big number, and we're going to need it, because the floor of this chaos is 4,000. Incoming Nuclear does nuclear things. The White Mage now has many things it needs to do. We're going to prioritize this ninja at the cost of everybody else. 5 hits, 695, but we're still going. Incoming melee. The White Mage survives. We're going to leave our mages down at dangerous health. Swirl comes in, takes our mandatory ninja down to under 300. We're going to try Cure 4ing the White Mage. We get there. Blaze happens. Removes the still stunned Black Wizard. It's Thief White Mage versus the world. We're going to Cure 4 that ninja while we still can. 3 hits, 435. That is the first on-screen kill for Chaos. Get your single G's in chat for Dengwu.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why he calls the boss fights and I don't.
You should do it. This is good practice.
You no. No.
While we
You
were
are far better at it.
While the camera was elsewhere, Elden Lords working on the end game grind. Sorbius taking a first floor grind in Topher. Wasn't happy with the offerings in Desert, I assume. And that's why we're here. Meanwhile, Scarcerer heading down some stairs. I believe we're heading back to that Matoya to get one of the incentive ribbons.
Meanwhile, Gregley got through carry 2. Woo, let's go!
Greg is through
also,
carry...
I think...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I think the problem with that fight was, in the desert, was they were getting our beloved blue stake.
Yep.
But Sorbius was having trouble getting through that fight because Sorbius is lacking a good weapon. I would have bet money on that he probably had that katana because they opened everything.
Right.
But I'm going to guess that maybe Scar did and he just doesn't have it because he is sorely lacking in things to swing on that party. Mm-hmm. And it was taking kind of a lot to get through that fight. So I think that's probably why we called it.
I see. So Elden Lords continuing their preparation trips, flying around to all the necessary item and spell and magic locations as Gregory taking on Kraken 2. Now, we don't have quite the same amount of horsepower that we did on the Ninja White Double Black, but we're going all in on melee. We're going to look to sort of avoid getting meleeed by this Kraken 2. We're going to try some Lucky Brax with the White Mage. Doesn't quite get us there, but I love the commitment to meme. We're going to try some Lock 2. We're going to try some more Brack. Grickley is hoping to conserve resources on this fight and hoping that we can get a lucky 6% Brack out of that bottom slot White Mage. It could work. I rate the chances as extremely low given set RNG, but if it does work, it'll work forever, and that will give us something to do if we end up needing to reset and dive again. Now, meanwhile, Scarsor and Sorbius have both landed at the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Whether they're actually ready for a dive is, as of yet, unknown, but right now, it's Gregory attempting to get through Kraken 2. The Quad X doesn't quite get there. It went after the melee, which is good, but we didn't actually get there. Brackshirt not working very well. We're going to try some Nuke and some more Brack. We're all in on this Brack strategy. It's not quite working for us. Nuke goes off for 170. Incoming melee detonates that Red Mage. We have 2 characters left, and neither will withstand a melee onslaught. Kraken Cure 4s, which is the worst possible news for Gregory in this Kraken fight. At this point, about our only option left is that Brackshirt. We did some decent damage with that Katana swing, but I worry if it's now too little too late. We're going to try Ruse Strats with this Ninja, and Ruse Strats with this White Mage. Incoming melee destroys the White Mage. We are down all White Magic casters, and Gregory resets. The race is now in the Elden Lord's hands. Scarsor continuing a first floor grind as Sorbius presses forward against the bosses of Topher, finding out what they do and reliably feeding back data to Scarsor. Oh, we got a race. We got a race on our hands.
We sure do. I'm wondering, I don't know how much higher Ding's levels were than Greg, but I want to say he had at least 2 levels on him, 1 to 2. He at least had that many just based on, like, the HP alone.
Right.
I kind of wonder if maybe that just helped him a little more than Greg.
Right. So Greg back on the carry 2 floor. Looks like Sorbius also reset out. I don't know if it was bad luck on the carry 2 fight or what exactly happened, but this Topher is kind of rumbling both our teams here. The Elden Lords, late to the party, but took, I think, a more efficient grind in here. Really need to kind of get that Maza to help out some of the more weapon-deficient parties. Greg already back to carry 2, understanding the secret to Lich 2 is turn 1 slot 2 Quake. We're trying some buffs. So, got the Lightning 3. We're going with the Invis 2. Gregory going to work against carry 2 with the strategy that has done okay for him so far. Sorbius about to approach the carry 2 fight again. Those aren't Grey Worms, those are Sandworms, but they're named Grey Worms. They are unfortunate. Let's continue on to carry 2. Those are Sarias, those are not Agamas. I don't know what's happening. We're going to try a lucky turn 1 zap out of that top slot. See if Ant can't kind of make things happen. Zap against Carry 2, I believe, is 3 and 256. I think Carry 2 has a needlessly not capped amount of MDef. It's like 198 or something ridiculous. Meanwhile, over on Gregory's side, the plan is happening as per usual. The middle 2 slots have gone down, and the first and fourth slots will make it through. We've got plenty of life charges on... We have some life charges on this white mage.
Nice adjustment.
Braxshire, once again, leaning as hard as we possibly can into the memes. But they have betrayed us now. The Cure 4 is going to go off. And now we have all 3 remaining players on Carry 2 at the same time.
That is a spooky note with that party.
Mm-hmm.
Scar and Sorbius will fare a little better with it, at least with their fighter, than the ninja mage party.
Yes.
That knight on Scar's party with 655 HP.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty happy about having him soon.
Gregory has reset out of the Carry 2 fight. Didn't like how it went. I didn't see if this was like a crit through evasion or something like that, taking out the white mage, but it looks like we're heading back in again. At this point, the thought going through Greg's mind is, when do I stop and grind? Because what we got now ain't working. We don't have the horsepower that Deng had, and that minute difference is what's kind of locking down our progress in this Topher. Meanwhile, Scarsor and Sorbius almost having a more exacerbated problem in that they have similar levels, but they have even fewer black magic casters, and we're starting to really kind of see just how high of a price you have to pay for that. Sorbius made it through Carry 2, but with no life casters up. Life 2 is level 7, life is level 8. That's strictly White Wizard only territory. Resets goes back in. I think at this point, the first team to reliably solve the Carry 2 problem is going to make it all the way to the finish line, because both of these teams are just kind of fumbling through. They're kind of just, like, they're staring at the Rubik's Cube, and they're just kind of poking at it, and occasionally flipping aside, but once one of these teams starts to solve the sides on it, and gets through with a majority of resources to tackle Kraken and Tia 2, I think they'll be able to sprint for the end like Dang did.
Also, hello! Welcome to all the raiders that came in during our multiple carry fights that were going poorly a couple minutes ago.
Welcome to Co-op. You're new here. Here's the deal. It's essentially a 2v2 format. Key items that are found by one player are electronically transmitted to the other player, dumped straight into their inventory. This is only for key items. This is not for gear or any of that stuff. You still have to find gear, still have to get levels, but anything that's a key item you get. And the first team to have both team members kill the final boss Chaos wins. And we are looking at the final dungeon. Scarcer has made it through Kraken 2. Unclear on how much data we were able to mine from that fight, as Sorbius rolls up. Greg back to Carry 2 with a wildly different party configuration, looking to perhaps game the system. We'll see how well this works. I fear that the solution to this is levels, and everyone is so afraid to stop and take a grind because they think this will be... I have 80% of the pieces to this jigsaw puzzle. I can definitely make the picture out. I just need to give it one more try.
Oh, but it worked. I was going to say, putting your life caster in that first slot, even if you know what the set RNG is bold.
Yes.
But it worked. We got through.
Set RNG will lead to many a strange move that, if you look at it in a vacuum, you'd just be like, why did you do that? You're just asking for a party wipe. But if they were fed the correct information, it will look like the most galaxy brain chess maneuvers ever. I love set RNG so much for co-op.
Uh-huh. I mean, in the back of my head, even if I know it's gonna work, I'm gonna be like, it's probably not gonna work. This
Yeah,
is gonna go poorly. And
yeah.
then it works and we're fine. Also, Greg stopping to get the Mazda out of the box. I don't think he did last time. I think he just ran right past it, if I'm recalling correctly. And just
I
said,
think
nope, I
so.
got a katana. We're gonna make it work. And I think this time he's like, nope, I need that Mazda. Because
Yeah. Alright, well, we got our Mazda 4.
poor Sorbius, he's getting through this carry fight, and he's doing it with everyone intact, but not having a really good, even just a decent weapon on either one of these melee characters. It's rough.
Yep.
We've been here for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, but 500 and I think some odd numbers after that. Like that was a decent hit. We can keep that white mage up and keep doing that kind of yay! We got there. I was gonna say that, and he did it. Good job.
Meanwhile,
Now I just gotta
Greg,
bring your black mage back up, and we're good.
taking the Naga water encounter. It is the second best experience encounter in the game. Yeah, that gets us all the way up to like 28, 29, 27, 32. Those are some levels. Those are the levels that I would have expected grinding to previously. Oh, it's unrunnable. Well, that's just the game telling you, hey, take more levels. Sometimes the game is nice to you. It says, hey, maybe think about padding those levels a little bit. Scarcer on the Kraken 2 fight, continuing with evasion, considering options. Try some heal 3 and some lock. Heal 3 goes off. A little bit of a preemptive heal. Actually, no, we took some damage. This is fine. So lock's going off, saber's going off. Incoming fire 3 doesn't do terribly much. I'm a little worried about the black mage's health, but we have a very healthy white mage. We can fix any problems in post. We're going to continue saber gauntleting on that knight. All three of our runners on the Kraken 2 fight right now. Sorbius and Scarcerer just kind of feeling their way through it, going with locks, going with evasion. Gregley theoretically having a blueprint of how to attempt to do this fight. We know that if we get deep enough into this fight, there is a Cure 4, and it is the worst. So really, we're just trying to make it through this fight before we see it. We've done enough damage on Gregley's side. We're going to try real hard for quad X strats. Does the first one get there? It does. Gregley has a whole party through to Tia. This is the first time Gregley has seen Tia. The farthest he's made it previously was the Kraken fight. Meanwhile, Scarcerer and Sorbius still working on this Kraken problem. We're up to heal 2s over on Scarcerer's side. We're either conserving resources or we've already run out of them. Melee getting through is bad. 9 hits, 1600 damage. Good gravy, down goes Kraken.
That's a swing.
Meanwhile, we did a little bit of gear moving. We're getting ready to pull Tia. Sorbius still working on this Kraken fight, taking a moment to confirm data likely. Invis 2 going off. 7 health in a dream. Incoming melee. That targeted the white mage. 4 hits, 1365. Sorbius is probably close as Gregley and Scarcerer are taking on Tia 2. Sorbius through Kraken 2. Gregley considering actions. Has reset the party to put White Mage 4th slot, Ninja 1st slot. We're going to try some evasion strats. We're a little worried about incoming melee. Wall goes off. Swing with that Mazza. 2 hits, 247. Not great. Not awful, but not good. We're going to try some more Lock because we kind of really need it. Sorbius running into very deadly Nightmare Evilmen. Let's try and get away. Poison damage is not the kind of nonsense we really want to see right now. I hope we've got the stuff. We're just going to use a heal 3. Meanwhile, Gregory trying real hard with that Brack shirt. That white mage doesn't have much else to do. It's not sticking. Our memes remain dreams. And every time we think we've got it, a black mage pays the price. It's a duel right now between Gregory and Scarcer for who makes it through this Tia first. Sorbius also on the Tia fight, preparing to go. Maybe some more invis strats out of Gregory as Scarcer is also continuing with buffs and debuffs aplenty. More bonks for that night. We are unsatisfied with potential damage. Gregory swinging in 6 hits for a little under 400. Whatever we got's whatever we got. More invis 2s. We're still worried about melee pot shots. 5 hits, 337. Incoming melee from Tia makes all this rusing seem pretty worthwhile. We're going to try more evasion because we really don't like just how few swings are sticking. 8 hits, 373. More hits, down in damage. Thanks, Ninja. Scarcer, how you doing over here? We're going to continue even more buffing. We are launching this night into low Earth orbit. We're just going to step up to the plate and just Barry Bonds power smash this thing just into an impact crater. Lock goes off. Let's try a test swing. 8 hits, 768. Underwhelming for the amount of fireworks we strapped to that night. Meanwhile, Sorbius, going with Nuke and Fade strats, beats the other two through... No, tied with Greg for getting through the Tia 2 fight by just hitting the gas on all the magic firepower we could muster. And Scarcer not terribly far behind. All 3 of our runners are onto the Chaos fight. If Greg...
Hey, Fizzle.
Yeah.
Remember the other day when the race between these two came down to a matter of seconds?
Yep.
I have a feeling we might see something very similar today.
Yep.
Because, oh boy.
2 have pulled Chaos. A 3rd on the way. We are starting with the Saberbonks, the Invises. Gregory going with the Tempers and a test swing. 1 hit, 1 damage. Thanks, Ninja. Walls and fasts go off. Meanwhile, over on Scarcer's side, I look away for half a second and that Ninja is already face down. That does not bode well for some of the chances of other people in this encounter. Locks going off, test swings going off. Chaos treating that first slot Ninja like a bit of a piñata as Gregory has the memo about what to do. Already off to 657. Continuing to ramp damage. Incoming melee not doing so much. Sorbius starting with the massive buff campaign. Using the last of the white mage fades. Gregory still going maximum gas damage. Scarcerer still having shifted focus to that knight. See if we can make that knight do things. The Ninja's a lost cause. 9 hits, 1,000 damage out of Gregory. Gregory is just hammering this Chaos. Thinking about our options, a few more locks just to be on the safe side, and a preemptive heal 3. Big swing, 8 hits, 401. Not a big swing. I lied. It was a medium swing. Meanwhile, over on Scarcer's side, trying real hard. What do you got over here? 2 hits, 448. Not great. Needs some blocks. Chaos got Swirl and has removed the second of 2 possible lock casters. Meanwhile, Sorbius still working on kind of getting underway. Going with Fog 2 strats. Fog 2 sometimes better than Invis 2. Probably not on this Chaos fight, but we're going to see how it goes because we're low on Invis charges. Meanwhile, Gregory swapping to Fades and Nukes. 1 more swing out of this Mazza. 10 hits, 201. Those numbers don't go together. Let's try some more Nuke strats. What do we got? We got more Nuke. We're out of Fade. We got some Cure 4. Let's just play it safe. Nuke goes off for 254. Cure 4 goes off. The Thief is safe. Nuke goes out for 234. Incoming melee misses. Maza, do we take it? No. 7 hits, 274. Chaos is still there. We've done several thousand damage to this Chaos. Can't be around that much longer. Could be, though, if we still put up numbers like that. The swirl happens there. We're starting to lose some of our other party members. Meanwhile, Scarcer just keeping it focused on the Knight and the White Wizard. Sorbius down to 3, not looking well for 2 of them, focusing everything that's left onto that Knight to try and power through. Gregly down 2 party members. Scarcer gets the happy dance music. That is Scarcerer through Chaos. It's now a race between Sorbius and Gregly. Who gets there first? Melee, 9 hits, 844. Gregly makes it through Chaos. Oh, man. Teamwork is for Dummies. Finishes in first place. 1 hour, 42:57. Right behind Sorbius finishes Elden Lords. 1 hour, 43:21. Good God, GG.
A very well earned GG. These have been 2 insanely close races. These are races where you are in the middle of your chaos fights and you are freaking out because you know how close you are. Yeah, 24 seconds was the difference on this one.
Dang.
That's insane. 2 races in a row to be that close. I was gonna say, we should see if they want to do an interview. And I see the status of the co-op chat that Dang and Gregson says, yes, we will do an interview. So pull them up in here.
Okay.
And we'll see if Sorby is going to too.
And we are joined in the booth by our on-stream winners. Teamwork is for Dummies. GG, lads.
GG.
We lived up to our name. That's all I can say.
We did it. I did it somehow. I don't know how, but I did it.
It's all that matters is you did it. Also, love the voice chat status. Very helpful. Do appreciate.
Yes, of course. Of course.
I was like, oh, the channel went down. Let me just set this real quick so they know that we are ready to go.
It's big brain thinking.
Yeah. I mean, look, I just want to let you know that our teamwork was amazing, okay? I wrote down, like, all the attacks, you know, and all the stuff, and all I hear is Gregly just going, oh my god, this is so bad! What's going on? I keep dying, you know? Well, obviously a little more PG-13 rated, or R, but, you know, and yeah. So then, and then he goes, Kiri's got nuke. I went, how'd you get that far into his attack order?
Well, you know, I do the unthinkable.
It was good times. And he found the Cure 4 too. It was impressive.
I did.
Yes, you were the first person to find the Kraken 2 Cure 4 on stream.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, that felt real bad.
Yeah.
He's like, my white mage keeps dying. I'm like, then move it.
I mean,
no, it was funny because like the early game, I'm getting frustrated because it was a very slow beginning for me, and then Gregly just had an awful end game, and I'm like, all right, well, we just kind of swapped. It was good times.
It was fun. Everything was fun.
Yeah. I'd like to believe it was because we were trying to. You didn't try to cake chaos. Oh, fail on our part.
Yeah, that was the big problem. Is I didn't try to insta kill chaos. That's what I did wrong the entire game.
I did watch you try to Brack shirt. I think every other fiend in there, except maybe Lich.
Yeah, I mean, may as well give it the old college try.
I mean,
I-
Exfer was available. You could have Exfer'd Lich and then Kasparak.
Oh, Fizzle
you know-
noted that Expert Mute was at level 2, and I was like, I swear, if he Expert Mutes Chaos, I'm gonna lose it.
That's what I should have done.
It's fine. Bright side, you made it to the second round. You can just try it next week.
That's right. We'll lose the second round. That's our goal.
No,
Our goal
we're
is always. Oh no, we're winning.
yeah.
Wait, what are we doing?
That's what we texted to each other. We're winning, okay?
Oh
We're going all the way.
man, we got to be on the same page.
I started to say, one of you sounded a bit more sarcastic about that than the other. Just saying.
Let's take a look at the challenge real quick. Who are we up against next? Oh, Hard Wrath? Oh, wait. That's a spoiler. That's an easy game.
Yeah, easy GG.
Yeah, easy GG. Kidding me?
Yeah,
It's fine. I'm pretty sure Jangwoo's got that nice and ready just to copy paste somewhere.
No, it's on my other computer. Oh, I gotta find that. You're absolutely right, Danny. I gotta get that easy GG thing. You're right.
So, the Elden Lords have declined an interview. Definitely wish them GGs. They fought hard. They fought real hard for this. It always stings when it's this close, but they did well. They did very well in this.
I mean, yeah, GG's to them for sure. I mean, first game definitely goes their way if we don't get a absolutely extremely lucky Brack, and game 2, 30 seconds, so less than a minute in between 2 games. I mean, GG's to them. That was well done.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for 2 newer players. I know, I want to say they both just did the Duck Derby not that long ago, and the fact that they 2 newer players made a team and they were keeping up with vets who've been playing this game for a while, they definitely deserve the GG. They played a heck of 2 races, keeping it insanely close.
Mm-hmm.
Uncomfortably close, if one will.
Mm-hmm. So, I gotta ask.
Uh-oh.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Thief White Double Black.
Mm-hmm.
Talk me through it.
So remember the thing when I said I was gonna troll Gregory? He's
Now
like,
they fun like us.
He's like, I'm going Thief Rainbow, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going crazy. I'm going Double Black. I don't know. I just decided to go the Double Black, and once again it worked out.
To be fair, we did have this conversation, and I did say I think that the Thief Rainbow is going to be a little bit better, but I did contemplate Thief White Double Black as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it was like that out of control crazy that he chose that.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I decided to go with the Red Mage is just to potentially have extra casts of Invis 2 or like any other white magic spells, but not a ton of them rolled low enough that it really mattered. So I kind of wish I had gone the same with the Thief White Double Black just to have that extra temper charge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't let Fizzle fool you. It's not that it necessarily
What
it's
was that,
that crazy of a party. It's that he's just happy that someone else agrees with him and would take it, because
Yes.
I won't.
Yes.
No, I mean, it was a struggle. I almost chose that party as well. Like, I was more concerned that we would need more of the white mage aspect of Toph,
Mm-hmm.
or the late game, and so that's why I chose the red mage. But it ended up, of course, working out that I needed that extra cast of temper, or those random spells that it's always a gamble with the red mage. You just never know. You never know what spells you're going to need are going to fall right outside of the red mage red wizard thing, and what spells you're going to need that don't.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to be the opposite of Gregory. That's all it was. He's like, I'm doing Thief Rainbow. I'm like, I'm changing it up. I have to.
No, that's fair.
And it's just, yeah.
He would.
That sound about right for
Yeah.
Teamwork is
Standard,
for Dummies.
Yeah, standard dang. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do not that.
I'm gonna not do that one.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, in all fairness, it does seem to be working for y'all, so at least you got that going for you.
At least we didn't end up in the same dungeon at the same time digging out things. So we're improving. So for the teams out there, we're improving little by little.
That's right, you heard him. Watch out.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we're going to hand RPG Limit Break back their channel shortly, but we're going to move this along to final thoughts. Teamwork is for Dummies. On to round 2 like the heroes you are. Final thoughts.
I just want to say I'm very excited to be back. I hadn't played Final Fantasy Randomizer in nearly 3 years, or gosh, yeah, probably nearly 3 years, 2 years, somewhere in that general area now, and it's just good to be back and hanging out. Definitely having a good time with Dang. This is our first time because I know that I didn't do co-op last year. I did co-op with... I didn't do co-op the year before. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So it's been 3 years since we've actually done this thing together, and it's been a lot of fun. It gives me good nostalgia. I appreciate you guys for, obviously broadcasting it. I appreciate RPG Limit Break for having us here, and all of Final Fantasy Randomizer Discord for hosting this stuff, because without them and without their devs, we wouldn't be able to do a literal one-player game in a co-op scenario without them. So, thank you guys.
Yes. Everything he said, but opposite. No, but opposite. No, but seriously, I haven't been around a while, and it's been great coming back, and appreciate everybody watching. Plenty more action coming, and the Fizzle Danny comms. I'm about to go rewatch the game because that's what I'm hoping for. The very great humor that Fizzle brings in, and I can't wait for the responses Danny's going to quirp in with. It's gonna be great.
I think I can speak for the entire community when we say you are legit our favorite team to watch ever that's done co-op when y'all are practicing. Literally everyone in the Discord who's around tunes in to watch y'all because you're hilarious and fantastic, and we all love you guys. So we're all real big happy when you guys signed up. So glad you're happy to be back, and we appreciate it that you are.
Yeah, and I want to give one more shout out to our opponents, Sorbius, and of course Scar, Elden Captain. I mean, they should have gone forward, right? Because I luckily brought chaos in the first round, and then I completely did what I did in this game. So I feel like, we were very lucky, and, it's just great that we got to take on some newer players that have learned the game very well and, put up a good fight. And hopefully, they'll stick around and, get involved in whatever the Fall League thing is going to be at some point.
All right, my co-coms, Danny. Final thoughts.
Just GG again to Dick and Greg. Good luck going into next week. If y'all are improving every week like Dang said you are, everyone on your side of the bracket should be real scared, and I'm glad I'm not over there. Also, GG to Scarcer and Sorbius. Like we said, newer team, newer players, but they did incredibly well keeping up with a veteran team who's done this a few years now, even if there was a break in between. And I really, really, really hope to see them in co-op again next year. I think next year, they did this well this year, they are going to absolutely wreck a bracket next year. But also thank you. We had a lot of raids come in, so thank you to everyone who raided. Thank you to everyone who hung out, who watched. Small notes, races tomorrow. We have a 10 a.m. Pizza Power versus the Breen Fiends Game 2. And then I was found out in chat, we have a bright and early 9 a.m. Game 3 of the Punishing Platypi versus no time, no practice, no problems. So we have a very, very busy early in the world of FFR tomorrow morning. Plus, we'll have a podcast of Krakenos and Team Biscuit. Their podcast they released earlier, no spoilers. And they're gonna have a podcast of that this weekend. So we've definitely got a few more races to go, broadcast wise, and I think at least 2 before we know everyone's matchups next week. Also note, if you already know who your opponent is, you're allowed to start scheduling matches starting for your next week. You don't have to wait. Like, well, I mean, maybe wait till like Sunday to get them in there, because tomorrow's kind of busy, but like, I think I said all the important things. If not, you know the important things. Feel free to. Otherwise, I'm just going to stop talking and let you get us out of here.
Those were all the important things I could think of. So for everyone here at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, thank you for joining us. My name is Lord Fizzlebeef, and we will see you all apparently tomorrow morning. Have a good night, everyone.